With the early announcement of Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm now going to be in competition with Square Enix as I race to get these videos out before they can release facts and trailers and information about the game that contradicts everything I say in these videos. So let's get on with the future of Kingdom Hearts 3 Episode 2. In light of my last video, I want to make one thing quite clear. These are all just my thoughts and my opinions and my ideas, and practically none of them are going to happen, okay? Don't take these videos too seriously. This is just what I'm thinking of off the top of my head, could, might, will happen in the series future, and frankly, it doesn't matter what I think, okay? None of this stuff is important in any way. This is just me having a bit of fun with the series until Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. Looking forward to it, okay? And half the ideas I came up with in the last video, like the monsters and the clashing of worlds thing and the plot with the Disney worlds, you know, it was a nice idea, but frankly, it's probably not going to happen. I was just suggesting. And if you don't understand my ideas or you disagree with my ideas, then please be polite about it. Just ask, okay? We're all Kingdom Hearts fans here. There's no need to get riled up over this. I'm also just going to take a second to assess the last episode real quick. I think the idea of souls being expanded on in the future is very likely, since we know very little about souls, but it's been talked about, so at some point it must be kind of important at least. And at some point it would make sense for enemies from the realm of light to appear as a new type of enemy to give, you know, a new variety to the fighting, but apart from that, I don't think too many of the ideas I said in the previous episode hold too much merit. So again, it's not very important and just me talking junk, so don't worry about it. Now on to the next episode, and a few suggestions have come up for me to do Disney World, and I want to save that for the next video, make a list about it, but at this point I'm not prepared for that, so I'm just going to talk about gameplay instead, which will touch lightly on plot as well, due to the whole thing about playable characters. I'm going to discuss this a bit, as well as, you know, will the drive form gauge be returning, and magic and command system and all that stuff. So let's take a look now, shall we? Now, I would just like to remind everyone of a certain statement made by Tetsuya Nomura in an interview regarding the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 3 shortly after its announcement. He said something along these lines: Kingdom Hearts 3 is being made by the Yosaku team, right? The guys who made Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance and that. And he said something along the lines of the fact that because they've worked on so many Kingdom Hearts games, in Kingdom Hearts 3 they're going to be taking everything they've learned and they're going to be putting it into this game. They're going to be taking all the lessons and all the things they've picked up across the series and everything they've put into the game so far, and they're going to be putting it into Kingdom Hearts 3 for one big package. So basically you can expect some of the best gameplay elements from the handheld games will be returning in Kingdom Hearts 3. So delinking, maybe. Flow motion, almost definitely. You can already see something like that in the trailer, at least something similar. As for the command styles thing in Birth by Sleep, I have a feeling that will return simply because they actually brought it back in Dream Drop Distance. So it would make sense that they brought it back here because it is a really nice thing. The command styles, the surges and storms and whatever you get in those were really nice. And maybe combo finishers, and the likes of Birth by Sleep, or maybe something along the likes of Kingdom Hearts 2. I have a feeling the traditional abilities system, I hope that returns honestly, but at the same time they're probably going to have a more unique twist to it, similar to Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop Distance. I didn't like Dream Drop Distance's thing by tying your abilities into the Dream Eaters in your party, so I don't expect that will return, but basically, what works in the series in the handhelds and what didn't work is probably going to be taken into consideration, so expect the best and don't expect the worst from the handhelds, especially that command menu block thing from Days. And also what I'm basically saying is that multiplayer and the likes of Days or Birth by Sleep is probably going to be back in Kingdom Hearts 3. Expect it, okay? Oh yes, I don't think Dream Eaters will be returning in Kingdom Hearts 3, at least not in the same important role that they had in Dream Drop Distance. Dream Drop Distance was their time in the spotlight, but that's it over. Dream Eaters are not going to be prominent anymore. They are not going to be your party members, they're not going to play key roles, and they might reappear, to be fair. Since Sora and Riku now have the ability to go into Sleeping Hearts, they can return to the Sleeping Realm at will, it seems. So chances are we might get into a certain story event, probably regarding Ven, and we might come across certain Dream Eaters, either fighting alongside them or fighting against them. But either way, they're not going to be that important, so don't expect Dream Eaters to play the role they did before. A common question that's often asked is, will Kingdom Hearts 3 have Kingdom Hearts 2's drive form? Now, it is going to be based off Kingdom Hearts 2's battle system and gameplay, and that's very good because Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of the most fluid games in the series, but I don't think it's going to have Kingdom Hearts 2's drive form. See, the drive form is an aspect that's unique to Kingdom Hearts 2. If Kingdom Hearts 3 has it, then it's just copying other games, which I know I did just make the point that it's going to be doing with things like flow motion, but, you know, at least these things improve the game, and in the case of the drive form, it shouldn't need to copy it because it should have its own original system that either improves upon the drive form or at least replaces it in a way that's meaningful and we can understand. So expect something new that's better or at least similar to the drive form, but not the drive form itself, okay? That's a Kingdom Hearts 2 thing. We're going to have a new Kingdom Hearts 3 thing with this game. And then when Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out, people are going to be asking, I wonder if this is going to be in it, in the same way that we're asking for the drive form now. Does anyone remember the limits from Kingdom Hearts 2? Those devastating attacks that you used in conjuncture with certain party members and used up all your magic to do so? They were really cool, but they were also one of the things that made Kingdom Hearts 2 fairly overpowered. So I think if the limits returned in Kingdom Hearts 3, they'd need to find a way to limit the limits. No pun intended. Okay, pun was totally intended, but seriously, they need to find a way to make the limits work that's more appropriate, more contained, so that you can't just abuse it, which people would inevitably do. And they were really nice attacks, but if they find a way to get them to have different effects, so some just have more like status effects, or others just boost your stats or something, others might focus on healing, different limits that do different things, and ideally limits should only work when your health is at a certain amount, so it's also a risk versus reward type of thing. So if they can pull that off in Kingdom Hearts 3, that would be really nice. So that's what I think limits should be in Kingdom Hearts 3. I honestly don't want to make any predictions about summons, because we've already heard in an interview that summons will be returning, but not in a way that we expect. I'm going to leave you guys to speculate on this one, because I honestly don't want to think of what to make of it, so have fun with that. As a suggestion as to a sort of system that might replace Kingdom Hearts 2's drive form, so this is one of my ideas, one of my thoughts, so don't take this too seriously, it's not a prediction, but I just wondered, what if Sora used other people's Keyblades as a secondary Keyblade? So, like, he summons Riku's Keyblade and starts dual-wielding with his Keyblade and Riku's Keyblade, or maybe Mickey's Keyblade, so then he starts dual-wielding his Keyblade and Mickey's Keyblade, and depending on who he connects with, maybe Kairi as well, he has different types of spells or whatever. It's kind of like a D-Link function, but the drive form combined, so he has different sort of options open to him. It's just an idea, but it's not as far-fetched as you might think. I mean, Sora's heart is connected to everyone around him. It wouldn't be too surprising if he suddenly found a way to summon their Keyblades long distance. Maybe I just want to see him dual-wielding with the Kingdom Key and the Kingdom Key D, but I mean, still, that is a nice thought. I like the idea of Sora being able to summon his friends' Keyblades, just borrowing them to use them in certain fights, and of course it would have a meter which is rechargeable via certain means or measures or something. It's a thought, you know. Now looking back, there's Kingdom Hearts 1 where you played as Sora and had Donald and Goofy in your party, but occasionally you'd get a Disney character to swap out with you. Look at Kingdom Hearts 2, it was the same deal. Kingdom Hearts 3, it's going to be the same deal. Now I'll get onto multiple playable characters in a minute, but as far as party goes, it's Sora, Donald and Goofy. These guys have been together since Kingdom Hearts 1. I hope the plot is full of moments with the three of them just, you know, look at that and just think, wow, we've been friends and we stuck by each other, we are true companions, because that's what they are, and that's what they will be, and that's probably what Kingdom Hearts 3 will consist of. Alright, playable characters time. Now, if you haven't really got into the series, but you do want to get into it, this is a spoiler warning. Do not proceed if you haven't played games like Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop Distance and you want to, okay? If you want to keep the story intact for yourself, then don't watch on, because I'm about to say some really spoilerific stuff. For example, everybody has a Keyblade. Sora has a Keyblade, Riku has a Keyblade, Kairi has a Keyblade, Lee has a Keyblade, Ven has a Keyblade, Aqua has a Keyblade, Terra has a Keyblade, Mickey has a Keyblade. Who doesn't have a Keyblade nowadays? It's everywhere. In fact, Xehanort's building an organisation full of Xehanorts, so they're probably all the guys you see there are going to have Keyblades if they don't already. A lot of people have argued that the massive amount of Keyblade wielders now just cheapens the series, but that's a topic for another video. The point is, there are a lot of Keyblade wielders, especially on the good guys side, so we're going to be gathering up the 7 lights to fight Xehanort. These don't necessarily have to be Keyblade wielders, okay? Donald, Goofy, Naminé, any of those people could also be part of the 7 to fight Xehanort, as well as, you know, the 7 Princesses of Light. They could also fill the role. He just needs 7 lights. The point is, there are plenty of Keyblade wielders on the good team, and people are saying, since there's like Sora, Riku, Aqua, Ventus, all these guys who have been playable in the past, Roxas as well, does this mean we're going to get multiple playable characters? So what do I think? Well, it is definitely possible. We could really play as all these characters. We do have a lot to choose from. It would be a waste if we didn't. Although there is the thing about Aqua being trapped in the Realm of Darkness and Ventus being asleep. Once we rescued them, would we unlock their stories perhaps? I mean, if we do get playable characters, how's it going to work? Is it going to be like the drop system of Dream Drop Distance? Probably without the falling asleep part. Or the story system from Birth by Sleep? You know, there's a lot of things to take into account here, but I think, personally, it's going to be Sora's story. We have
played through as Sora, Donald and Goofy all the way through Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. We're going to do that in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Now mind you, I'm not saying we won't be playing as those characters at all. I'm just saying that we will mainly be playing as Sora, Donald and Goofy. They're the main focus of the story and they're the main characters we'll be playing as. The other characters I think we might play as for certain levels, certain bosses perhaps, certain moments in the story. They will have parts to themselves, I think, if we do end up playing as them. But I don't think we'll have the same story system from Birth by Sleep. And if we do, the larger part of the story will belong to Sora, Donald and Goofy. Well, I think that's about everything covered now. I mean, what is there left apart from the obvious? Items are going to be returning, obviously, and so will equipment and accessories, and yeah, I think we might get the glide ability. I also expect there to be a secret boss in Kingdom Hearts 3, and if there is one, then it's probably going to be Sephiroth. Just to go 3 for 3, since we've had him in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, might as well go for the trilogy. And there's definitely a certain plot point there involving him and Cloud that needs to be wrapped up. So I would expect that in Kingdom Hearts 3, but that's something I'll get onto later when I talk about worlds, because I think Cloud and the Final Fantasy VII cast should really have their own world, or something. I'll get onto that into more detail in another video. Hopefully Kingdom Hearts won't throw in a plot-relevant secret boss that links forward into the future, foreshadowing or hinting at a future event like they've done in the past, because hopefully there won't be a Kingdom Hearts 3 final mix. If they did that, then they are probably going to do that, just to tease fans about the future. But Kingdom Hearts 3 is the end of an epic, really. This is wrapping up the Xehanort saga, and while there probably will be more Kingdom Hearts games in the future afterwards, I don't think they would link forward to them at that point in time. This is the finale. We don't want to start a new chapter just yet. I think they'll save all the new stuff, all the hints and foreshadows for their next game, whatever it is. I'd also like to be able to instruct the party what to do, so to tell Donald and Goofy to stay back or attack or just support me and things like that. With the PS4 touchpad, this could be very possible. I'd like to see this happen. I'd also like, if the gummy ship were to return, I hope they perfect it. If the gummy ship returns or not, it doesn't matter. I'll have mixed feelings either way. So if it comes back, I hope they get it perfect. If not, I'd like to see Sora and Riku in armor and surfing Keyblades. Just a side note, something obvious I'd like to put out here as well is that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One. I mean, just think about Kingdom Hearts 3, or even the future of the series in general because of this. It's coming out in the next generation. The Kingdom Hearts series, every game is already really vast, really big, really vivid and full of content. Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to push this to new boundaries. We are going to see the Kingdom Hearts series in new limits. This is the next generation, guys. The series is going to get so much bigger and better. So I'm really looking forward to the next trailer or any sort of promotional content about Kingdom Hearts 3 that we're going to get, and I hope you guys are too. So hopefully I'll get to talk about that later and let you guys know what I thought. So thank you for watching the video. If you have any further questions or queries, then be sure to send me a message. If there's anything I missed, because I talked about a lot of stuff in this gameplay video, but there are probably certain details or certain aspects of the series that I didn't get to covering. So if there is something like that you wanted to hear me talk about, then just leave a comment and I'll be sure to reply to it. So thank you for watching.